Chapter 30, Oklahoma Blues Hall of Fame. Some stories just write themselves. Of the many blues festivals I've played over the years, the annual Renniesville Dusk Till Dawn Blues Festival really grabbed me. The three-day event is held every Labor Day weekend in the rural black community of Renniesville, Oklahoma, a small town located about 25 miles from the city of Muskogee. It was founded by the late legendary Oklahoma bluesman D.C. Minner and his wife, Selby, originally from New England. It may be the last place I would ever think of making a mark. Their first festival was held in 1990. My first appearance there was in 2003. While the event is held on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday over the unofficial end-of-summer holiday weekend, I showed up on Sunday night that year to close out the main stage, the last outdoor show of the day, ending around 11 p.m. Since the Oklahoma days are so hot, the music begins at 6 p.m. on three stages: the main stage, the back porch stage, and the club stage. When the music stops on the first two outdoor stages by or around midnight, it then moves inside the club stage until 5 a.m., hence the name Dusk Till Dawn. This annual event draws a diverse crowd, and in addition to the music, it is very family-friendly by also offering activities and workshops for both adults and children. I basically fell in love with the place the first time in, wishing I could have been there for the whole event. My band and I just performed the night before at the Hot Springs Blues Festival in Arkansas in 2003, so at first, this was just another gig stop on the unending road trip along the endless highway. The next year found me coming through the area again for just one show. Again, I felt like I was missing out by not being there for the duration. In 2005, I made it a point to do just that. I would fly in on Thursday and fly out on Monday. This gave me the opportunity to help out with the event and to perform more than once. It is a huge undertaking to put on a festival of this size where attendance can number in the thousands, with folks attending from everywhere. From then on, I would just circle Labor Day weekend on the calendar to be at the Renniesville Dusk Till Dawn Blues Festival. I got to know the Dusk Till Dawn Blues Festival founder D.C. Minner quite well over the first 5 years. He had been on the road with O.V. Wright, Freddie King, Chuck Berry, Eddie Floyd, and Bo Diddley. When he told me that he wanted me there because he knew I wanted to be there, that made me feel really good. D.C. passed away in 2008, but his widow, Selby, has kept the spirit in the event alive by not missing a beat and making sure the event continues each year. As time went on, I would get a little bit more involved each year, especially by carrying the Blues in the Schools program into the local classrooms of Chakota, Oklahoma, also the hometown of international recording star Carrie Underwood. Teaching kids the origins of American music as evolving from the blues has been a passion of mine for a long time. A rapport eventually developed between myself and the local high school music teacher and band director Jim Davis. This relationship, along with my involvement with the festival from performing to promoting, kept me quite busy in Oklahoma. Since I had already released 2 live CDs on my record label performing with 2 other Florida high school bands in 2012 and 2014, it had been my desire before that to record a live CD with the Chakota High School Band. Band director Jim Davis and I had discussed the possibility for several years, but we finally decided to make it happen at the 25th Annual Renniesville Dusk Till Dawn Blues Festival in 2015. Davis and I put together a set list, and after a few band rehearsals, the project became a reality. It was released in early 2016, simply entitled The Chakota High School Jazz Band live at the 2015 Renniesville Dusk Till Dawn Blues Festival on my label, BlueStormRecords.com. The project turned out well despite the rough edges. It was my intention to give these kids recording credit on an official CD before they got out of high school, something that would have been unheard of during my youth. The CD is available at the Blue Storm Records website. Back in 2003, coincidentally the same year I showed up in Renniesville, the Oklahoma Blues Hall of Fame was being established. While the blues is most notably associated with Mississippi, Memphis, and Chicago, Oklahoma is very rich in blues history. The list of inductees is very impressive, from J.J. Cale to Leon Russell, and of course Renniesville native son D.C. Minner. Since my involvement with the festival spanned 12 years and my school's participation not too many years less, the Oklahoma Blues Hall of Fame created an out-of-state category for a good number of folks from elsewhere that had played an important part for many years. Selby Minner, who is also the Hall of Fame director, informed me in 2014 that I would be inducted the next year during the 25th annual festival. The award was presented to me at the end of the recording of the live CD set with the Chakota High School Jazz Band. It was a true honor to be recognized in this manner. Never did I set out in my career in search of awards, nor did I ever give it a second thought. When this happened, I was truly humbled. As stated many times throughout this book, once again, the music made it happen.